Greetings, people. I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's a day off. I think we're on the outskirts of it because it's just like a hotel right here and like a grocery store, outdoor store, like a, what do they call that? Like Outdoor World, one of those kind of places. I think it's called Sportsman something. There's like a BW3, typical hotel strip mall kind of vibes on a day off, which a lot of times I'm not opposed to, because sometimes when you're on a day off in the middle of a downtown area, it's just kind of hectic, and a lot of what most of us do out here for a living is hectic and busy and loud, and you're just around a lot of people. So days off like this, where it's just super nice and chill, are very welcome. And it's like the perfect time in fall. It's like 55 degrees, I think. 53, sunny, feels perfect out here. Good flannel weather. And the colors are just insane right now for fall. Look at this. I mean, pretty rad. My favorite time of year. I love touring this time of year and seeing all the colors changing around the country. It's really rad. Anyways, this will be a fun little thing, because tonight we're going to, everyone that's here, a lot of the guys fly home for these days off, and we have 2 in a row. But most of us are going to have a little cookout tonight. And a few weeks ago we got a George Foreman grill, which sounds so cheesy, but that thing gets used every single night on the tour bus. After the show, by the time I get to the bus, after I'm done editing photos and all that stuff, I am walking on the bus to the smell of everything from quesadillas to burgers to jalapeno poppers. One night Chad, the drummer from Switchfoot, was making these little meatball baguette things. Really, I didn't eat them. I don't eat meat, but everyone loved them. But yeah, so we're gonna get an extension cord running out of the bus and have a little outdoor chilly cookout hang, because it will be chilly tonight. But what else is cool is at the end of the night, I think we're gonna do this, which is a little gas fire pit that the hotel has. No big deal. I talked to them and they said that they could turn that on for us whenever we want when the sun goes down, because it will be pretty cold. So that'll be nice. Another nice thing, and this is a bit of advice if you're a touring musician and you're staying at like what I would consider like a mid-level hotel. This isn't like an old beat-up methy hotel that is, you know, like a old school Motel 6 that's never been updated. It's kind of sketchy. You know, mid-level. This is like a Marriott, I think. And a little hack, if you want some space to write or record, you do a podcast, whatever, always talk to the front desk about using their conference room. If it's not booked, they'll usually let you into it. And it's just a big room full of tables, and like I said, if no one's using it, you can go in there, make a little bit of noise, not get super loud or anything, but you know, when I'm riding out here, I just record like acoustic demos to hang on to till I get home, so I could do a full production demo. But so anyways, I spent some time in their conference room here today and got some work done. The weekly songwriting group that I have, another song was due this week, so I worked on that today. I thought it was going to take me 2 days to write it, but I wrote it in 1 day, so that's fun. And thank you to the employees here at the Marriott for letting me invade the conference room. I did have to get out for a little bit while they vacuumed, but other than that, they were super accommodating. And yeah, a little tip. I have had a couple people through social media or on here, I guess, ask about what kind of camera gear I'm using. So I thought, in addition to filming us doing some fun grilling out tonight, give you a little tour of what I've got. It's not here in front of me, but I'm gonna walk to the tour bus and pull out what I got. And I got a new addition to my camera arsenal. Kind of hate that word arsenal when you're talking about a bunch of things you have, like an arsenal of guitars, whatever. My collection, my tools, I don't know. You think of a name. I mean, seriously, look at these colors. They're rad. Cannot beat fall in an area of the country where the leaves change colors. Didn't really happen much where I grew up in California. We had like one tree in our backyard that would shed its leaves and change colors and look really pretty, but living in the South or up here in the Northeast doesn't get much better. Looks really nice. But anyways, Back to the bus. It's right there. Nathan, would you like to give me an introduction of what's happening here? What you guys have concocted?
So the idea was to elevate the bus food culture to the point of cooking fun meat, and we're here.
Are you the sous chef?
Yeah.
These go quick.
They do go quick.
Like 2 minutes seems like.
All right, this is kind of a cool thing. By the way, it's real cold in Clear Lake, Iowa. But we're in Clear Lake, Iowa. And what's in Clear Lake, Iowa? Well, it is the surf ballroom. Nowhere to surf here, by the way. It's really windy. It's like 38 degrees. But this is the last place that the Big Bopper, Richie Valens, and Buddy Holly played before their tragic plane crash. So, kind of a cool, musically historic place. Look at these guys.
It's a chilly one.
Where's the surfing spot?
Well, we checked it out. It's about 1,000 ducks waiting for the wave of the day to come through.
Okay.
It's right-hand point break. It's about 1.5 inches tall. And
So surfable.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Very, very much so.
You can. Do they make like tech decks for skating? Do they make
They do.
surfable
They
ones?
have
You could.
like little.
So you could do that in like in a lake like this.
Yeah. It is the surf ballroom.
That's right.
Here. This place is really cool.
It is really cool.
It is like something that shouldn't be here.
Right.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's literally like in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
I might buy that house right there.
How's that lineup? We got Switchfoot, we got the Pool House, we got
Dude.
the Pork Tornadoes.
Pork Tornadoes, dude. That band's probably awesome. I love that name.
It's Christmas with the Nelsons.
Dude, the Nelsons are, dude, I mean, I think we need to come back November 24th through to December 1st.
There we go. Oh, this is where the Pork Tornadoes.
Oh, there's a Pork Tornadoes.
Look
Look
at
at
these
these dudes.
Yeah. With Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, dude, this is like Nelson.
Yeah, actual Nelson.
can't live without your love and affection.
They haven't aged a day.
They look great. Ricky Nelson's sons or grandsons, I can't remember. Whoa, you guys are playing here tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
I had no idea. This is pretty cool to see, I think. One of my favorite movies ever is La Bamba. Lou Diamond Phillips' first lead role. Elizabeth Pena was in that. But obviously he plays Richie Valens, and this is the last place they played before the fateful coin toss where he got the spot on the airplane. Tragically, of course, the plane went down. Buddy Holly story is a good one too. Gary Busey. It's 38 degrees out and windy, and our truck driver Art is in shorts. Look at this. Art, put some pants on, dude.
What?
Put some pants on.
It's not 32 degrees yet.
Oh, is that your minimum threshold? 32 degree fair. Well, what about wind chill? Do you take that into account?
No, not really, because it's like 26 now. Just look.
Dude's crazy. This is the inside of the surf ballroom. It is very much stuck in 1959, which I personally love. Big fan of the mid-century stuff. But I guess people can take tours here. I don't know how much it costs, but I get to do it for free today. And there's a cool room with a bunch of different guitars of people that played here and whatnot. BB. ZZ Top. Ooh. Brian Setzer. Brian Setzer played, I think, he played Eddie Cochran in, is that in La Bamba? It's either La Bamba or or I think it's La Bamba, but he plays Eddie Cochran in one of them. Well, that's cool. We have Gene Simmons. Frampton. This is cool. Even like all the booths and everything's the same. I was just talking to someone that works here, and they said that these booths are built so small back then on purpose to make people uncomfortable so they would stay on the dance floor. This is definitely not built to my specs. Let's see. That's not horrible. Not terrible. But this is kind of cool. All these little things are still here, like reserved tables or whatever. Pretty cool. Contrary to the name of the city, this is not a very clear lake. Maybe it is in the summertime, I don't know. Pretty chilly to be swimming out here. All these birds are insane. There's a lot of them, jeez. Just right across the street from the surf ballroom. But yeah, like John and Tim figured out, no surfing there. Definitely not. But I'm sure it's really nice in the summer. It's just so strange that this venue, I guess it probably wasn't back in the day, in '59 when all this happened, but it's like 1948 is when it opened. But it's just in a neighborhood. Technically I just walked between two people's houses, but it looks like nobody's home, so. Anyways, this is Clear Lake, Iowa. I'm gonna get back inside now because that wind chill sucks. Whew. All right, here's where we're at for a little tour of some of the camera gear I'm using. Keep in mind, if there's any camera nerds watching this, I'm probably using what most people would consider outdated, but I'm also not a full-time touring photographer. This is the first time I've ever toured as a photographer for a band. I've been shooting for most of my life, adult life, I should say. I take camera gear on the road with me when I'm out as a musician, but yeah, this is the first time I'm exclusively a touring photographer. So I'll start with the simple stuff. Excuse me. Speaking of photographers, this is my friend Jace. What's up, Jace? Simple stuff, obviously, like I've got a bunch of GoPro stuff out here. If you watch my stuff here, I basically I use these a lot in general just to make these videos. I'm filming on a GoPro Hero 11 right now. I also have the GoPro Max, excuse me. Jeez. It's a different day doing the camera tour. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, and I woke up a bit ago, so a little hoarse. I got the GoPro Max, which is the 360 camera. Super fun. I actually haven't done any 360 stuff on this tour, but maybe it's time to do that because that's real fun. Do the little tiny planet look, things like that. This also functions as a regular GoPro too, so that's nice if you don't want to use the 360 feature. You can just use it like a regular GoPro. Extra batteries for that, that's fun. Obviously the GoPro Hero 11 I have right there. You know, and there's just fun accessories like clamps and things like that. This thing is really cool. It's just like a little clamp to put on, like, you know, the edge of like for example, John Foreman has like a rack on right behind his amp that has like his wireless unit for his guitar and a couple, like a DI for something, and I can kind of clamp that on that if I want to take a shot or a time lapse or whatever. A lot of times I'll do a time lapse video or time lapse photo where it takes a photo like every minute. So it's just kind of fun. It's almost like film. You just don't know what you're going to get until you load up the photos. But yeah, little things like that are a good time. I've also got this thing, and also shout out to my friend Heather, who works for GoPro and has hooked me up with some cool stuff for this tour. They're a rad company. I know they're mostly focused on sports and, outdoor stuff, skiing, snowboarding, whatever, rollerblading. Rollerblading's coming back, by the way. But yeah, she hooked me up with this. They called the Grande. It's a grip that's nice and huge, and if someone, really bums me out, I can hit them with it. Just flip that thing over, and it's kind of a weapon, let's be honest. But it's kind of cool. You just turn this thing, and I think it's like 36 inches. So that's kind of nice, like during the show, if I'm filming some clips, I can like duck down like in the security pit and film some stuff. I'm more of a photo guy than a video guy, so that's why I'm not really doing much video on this tour, and that's why GoPro makes it easy. I can just do that. I also have, and I feel horrible that my friend, when I was going through St. Louis like a month ago, surprised me and gave me the new Hero 12, and I haven't even opened it yet. I'm so busy on this tour. I just really, I want a day where I can just sit down and just mess with it. But I will unbox it here. So here's what it comes with. Some instructions, some things. I mean, I know how to use them, let's be honest. But it's cool. It comes with another one of these GoPro Voltas, which is what this GoPro is sitting on right now. So now I've got a second one. And these are a great grip to walk if you're just walking around doing street stuff or on a hike or whatever you're doing. These are awesome. And like, the tops will rotate, which is cool. It also, like I'm using this one, these come out to make like a little mini table tripod. So you can do that, rotate this thing around. You've also got controls right here, which is real cool. So this also doubles as a battery grip. So I think, I'm not sure if this is accurate. I think it's the equivalent to like 4 more batteries in this guy. So you just charge this thing up, and then if you're out all day shooting a bunch of stuff, you got plenty of battery. So that's super fun. And then I have, of course, the GoPro itself. I can't even get that thing back in, whatever. The new 12. I haven't even pulled it out of the box. I'm sorry, Heather. Forgive me. So look, there's the new one. It's got these cool little blue speckles on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah. I'm gonna probably open this up finally later today and take it because I'm actually flying with the Switchfoot guys to California tomorrow morning, which that will be in my next video because it's a really cool thing I get to do with the guys, and I will explain more later, but I'm pretty psyched about it. This is also the Creator Edition, so it's pretty rad. You put this case on the outside of your GoPro, and you can attach external light. It has an external microphone. So here's the light. So this is just like a little guy here. You would put it on here on your shoe. So for vlogging. So yeah, that's pretty rad. I've never messed with these before. And I think over here is an extra battery. And yeah, that's kind of all that's in the box. I'm pretty excited to use all this stuff. I will get to it very, very soon. And then we'll start seeing some videos on here that are from the 12. All right, moving on to the big camera stuff. I know this is kind of outdated, but it's still a fantastic camera if you're in the market for something and you don't want to spend like, 10 times your mortgage payment or what your rent or something on like an R5 or something. I've always been a Canon guy. I actually got made fun of it for it the other night, which is really weird. I won't say who the person is, but it's just a dude I met who was shooting at one of the Switchfoot shows, like complimented my photos. I was like, oh, thanks so much, man. That really means a lot, And he's like, yeah, other than the fact you shoot Canon. I was like, okay. I shoot Canon, sorry, that's all I've ever shot with until getting a GoPro or another camera I'm going to show you in a second. But anyways, this actually I bought this off my friend Jared Scott, who's a fantastic photographer and an even better friend. You should look him up because he takes amazing stuff. So he sold me the 5D Mark III maybe 2 years ago. Still a great camera. The video looks great on this. I just don't do any video on it. Like I said, I just do the GoPro for quick stuff to put little clips together for the guys to post. This is a L series 16-35. That's like a really nice lens for concert photography because you just got zoom options. I would love to have a 70-200 out here, but I don't, and those are not cheap either. I'm more of a budget photographer. I always have been. Same thing with music. Like, I think the most I've spent on a guitar is like $1,000. Thankfully for getting endorsements or deals and stuff like that. I've got a Canon 15 millimeter fisheye, which is real fun. I didn't think I'd be using that a lot, but it turns out the guys really like it. Maybe it's because it immediately makes it look like 90s. But fisheyes are always fun. And so I'm using it way more than I thought I would. And then I've got a trusty 50 1.4. This is great for, tight shots, shallow depth of field stuff. I've had this for probably 15 years. And again, it's not like an L series, it's one of the old ultrasonic lenses, but in somewhat close range, it looks really rad. I'm really excited to use this one. I haven't used it the last couple shows, but it's being used a lot. That's kind of it for that's my main camera I use for the shows. I still have this, speaking of ancient relics, look at this. I still have my original 5D maybe 15 years ago, 14 years ago. I bought this off of another really good friend and photographer, videographer, director. This dude is a total badass. His name's Cale Glendening. We were on the road together years ago. He was like a touring photographer, videographer. Came in and shot stuff for one of my old bands in the studio, and he ended up. This was my first like good DSLR at the time. I think that Mark II had just come out, so I still bring it along just in case. This is still a workhorse camera. It's only like 12 megapixels, which that's still. I mean, I've shot album covers on this thing, and I just bring it out just for kicks. I don't use battery grips really anymore. It just makes it so bulky and heavy. But it is nice to have just as a backup. One day I'll use my Mark III as a backup and have something better. I always wait a few years until things get cheaper and then I buy them. I'm not like a purist when it comes to, I have to have the brand new thing. I just can't afford that kind of stuff. I've never been in a financial position to, if I bought a Canon R5 and like a nice 7200, I mean, you're looking at, I don't know, probably $5 to $7 grand worth of stuff. I don't have that kind of money sitting around, but yeah, so that's kind of the main stuff. This is something I picked up on the road for really cheap. I was really surprised I found it as cheap as I did. But I know these are getting really cool, especially because of TikTokers and from what I hear. But this is the Fujifilm X100S. So this is like the older one. This is like 10 years old probably. But the quality of this thing is pretty mind-blowing. Another photographer friend named Jace has been really pressured me to buy one of these, and I finally found a great deal in Huntington, New York on Marketplace. And the funny story about this thing is that the guy I bought it off of, Marketplace, it can always be kind of sketchy. Someone's emailing you or messaging you on Facebook and it's like, this seems weird. Or the person you're buying from, it seems really weird. I've encountered that a lot. This dude seems super cool, and my only request was, hey, can I chip in some gas money and have you drop it off to me at the venue I'm at? Here's what I'm doing. I explained to him, gave him a bunch of details so he knew I wasn't BSing him. And he said yes, and he was supposed to show up right after the show ended in Huntington, and he ended up showing up halfway through the show. So this is the first time ever in my life that in the middle of a show, I left the venue to go out back, meet up with the dude, check out the camera for about 20 seconds, and then I brought him a wristband and had him come in the show to watch some songs. He ended up staying the whole time, and the dude is super cool. So thanks again to, I think his name is Julian, for hooking me up with this. I've been using this every day. This has become like my kind of always on my shoulder camera now, which I've been wanting something like this for a long time. Like I'm about to fly with the guys to California for a thing, which again, you'll see that later. And instead of bringing my whole camera bag and all this stuff, I'm just going to bring this and like a GoPro. It's great for just like quick street photography, behind the scenes stuff on the road. So yeah, Fujifilm stuff. If you're looking to get something like this and you don't have money for like the X100V, which I think are like $1,200 used, maybe new. I mean, you can get these for less than half the price, if not cheaper if you find it just a really good deal like I did. But I've been searching for the last pretty much the whole time I've been on the road. But they're great and fun little point and shoots, and they do a lot more than you think something that small and compact would do. And I just love that they look like old film cameras, and you get like film quality shots on there, which is really cool. I'll do very minimal editing to those. I'm a pretty simple editor in general, but I'll take a shot on that, and if it looks right, I might just fade it a touch and barely add any grain. And I thought I'd be getting some like cool grain at like 3200 ISO or 6400, and that there really isn't any. It's pretty mind blowing. That little camera is awesome. That's pretty much it. I'm kind of looking around. Like, this is like, I'm at a venue in Nebraska, like I said, in Omaha. I've got stuff like I brought a speed light, but I don't use that a ton out here. Extra batteries, all the normal stuff you should have when you're on the road. Of course, earplugs. Wear earplugs. I didn't do that for a long time as a musician until I was wearing inner monitors, and you can turn those up too loud too. But I got some custom molded ones made through Ultimate Ears through some friends that kind of work for them in a roundabout way. And I don't think those are gross or anything. I clean them. But yeah, I just got these little guys. They're great. Just pop them in because when you're down in the security pit in between the stage and the barricade, there's like fill speakers that mostly just have like high-end stuff like vocals, maybe some guitars. But you'll be shooting, with your camera sitting there like this, and the speaker's right here next to your ear. So these, I think, have like a 15 or 18 decibel reduction, but there's still clarity, which is nice. So I can still hear the show, what's happening, and I can actually hear people better if they try to talk to me in a loud setting. It's really odd, but it's cool. So yeah, protect your ears. But I think that's about it for this. Cool case that came with the Fujifilm. I'm gonna end this video, and I gotta go get to work. I've already been editing some video from the show last night in Clear Lake, Iowa, which you saw some of that footage of the place we played. It was awesome. Anyways, I think that's it for this video, and I'm gonna get to work here, and I can't wait for you to see the next video because it really is something that's cool that I get to do with the guys. But that should be the next video. So, all right, see you later.